What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Guys, the Batman 89 Hot Toys 2.0 has finally been released, and I've been waiting for this one, I feel like all year. I've been so excited. But am I happy with what I'm seeing with the final result? I kept feeling compelled to look back and see what the prototype was going to give us versus this. And I want to share my thoughts with you guys. So stick around. If you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Ben Thomas.
Go time! Here we go, here we go, here we go!
Okay, everybody, welcome back. So, of course, we have Batman 89, Michael Keaton's version here on the screen from Hot Toys, the 2.0. Like I said in the intro, I have been so heavily anticipating this figure. It's pretty ridiculous at this point. And I am very happy with what I'm seeing, at least initially. There's a couple photos that I'm going to review here shortly that are questionable, but it brings some things to mind that I think all collectors should be thinking about when looking at these. Some of these photos here of what this final version looks like are fantastic. I like what they've done with the lighting here, especially giving it some more warmer, natural looking light. I will say right away, the emblem does look a little bit more saturated yellow. Now that could be some photography, editing, techniques. Maybe the contrast is a little bit high on this photo, so that could be contributing to that aspect. But even here, at least from my recollection of the Proto, and we'll look at that shortly, the belt and the emblem was a little bit more brownish gold, similar to the likes of the Dark Knight, but not quite that brown. Now, on the left, you see the prototype, but when we're looking at a controlled message from Hot Toys, the right is the final. And while I think that there are some subtle changes here, I think one is just a better photo than the other. I think they both look really strong and like Michael Keaton. This is actually a photo that struck me as, there might be a downgrade. Because when I originally looked at the head sculpts from Michael Keaton on the left, that prototype, I was like, man, he's all there. I see him 100%. And then these photos of the final, to me, don't quite capture the likeness in the same way. They look a little bit softened, but again, is that a photo editing technique? Is that a reason that we should be worried as collectors here for one of the most highly anticipated figures? I would say no. I think this figure is going to look absolutely freaking fantastic in hand and in the display. It's a noticeable upgrade from the original. You can see again why I think that the emblem and the belt look maybe a little bit more yellow, or it's just the color contrast of these photos. So I would not be worried at this point. I'm at this stage extremely excited about what I'm seeing here. But if you guys are feeling like this sculpt has underperformed slightly from the prototype to the final, I do understand, at least with regards to this particular mouth plate. It looks a little goofy, I will say, but I'm hoping it's the angle. I'm hoping it's just, again, the editing of the photo. It does look a little softer. The detailing in the mouth plate doesn't quite look right. The expression is a little off. He's a little duck facey, which is kind of weird. So I'll probably never use this one. I feel like he's saying, you want to get nuts, but it just doesn't come off. It comes out a little chipmunky in a weird way. Now, I also think that the battle damage sculpt isn't quite as strong either, at least with regards to the photos they're showing us. And if you're trying, again, to control the message, Hot Toys, give us better one-for-one photos, because otherwise this photo on the right, the final, is way too highly contrasted, so it's hard to tell if that blood damage on the cheek looks as good as the previous version, which is really important, I think, for us collectors. Now, once again, also from these photos, it does look like the actual chest armor has been downgraded. It's a lot rougher looking, not nearly as uniform, and to be honest, I don't think it's a better change, unfortunately, in this respect. The cape, in my opinion, actually looks superior in the way that it drapes and doesn't quite look as kind of pleathery as the prototype looked, so I actually think they may have upgraded the material there. The cowl does look stiffer and less aged. It looks a little newer in some of these photos, But again, could be lighting, could be technique of the photo. Again, a little hard to tell. I like to see that at least the posability of being able to raise the arm is mostly there. The rolling eye system I think is going to be key because you can tell he can barely turn his head, if really at all. To me, this is going to be a straight on figure. Or at least tilted to the side, just a little bit like Michael Keaton likes to give us. Is this a super fighting pose Batman? Probably not. I think he'll look great posed up against my Jack Nicholson Joker and the Hot Toys Batmobile if I still end up pulling the trigger on that one. But guys, I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. When you take a look at both photos, the Proto versus the final, do you think that there's any downgrade? Do you think it's just a change in the photos? Or do you think Hot Toys dropped the ball or crushed it? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. But if you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.